From a minion who can't hear a single word to the real reason they'll never truly die, today we're breaking down 10 insane secrets hidden inside the Minions universe. But first, if you've got a favorite minion, drop a banana emoji. And if you love chaos and yellow, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Number 1. Did the Minions just create their own sign language? What if I told you one minion changed history just by being different? In Minions and Monsters, we meet a brand new crew led by James and Henry, but it's the third member of their group who actually breaks the mold. When the gang makes a run for it after their boss meets an unfortunate end, one minion falls behind and gets stuck. James and Henry don't leave him. They double back, pull him free, and that's how we meet Ed, the very first deaf minion in franchise history. Here's the anchor moment. Instead of leaving Ed out of the loop, the group builds an entire sign language just for him, one he later uses to order a drink from a human bartender without saying a word. And on top of that, Ed becomes the one filming James's entire movie project on his own camera. A deaf minion inventing communication and holding the camera for the whole story? That's not a small detail. Number 2. A minion actually became the boss of other minions? Since when do minions give orders instead of taking them? Their entire existence has always been about hunting down the most evil master alive and serving them. Not leading, serving. But in this new movie, that rule breaks. This crew burns through boss after boss in getting killed, banished, abandoned, until they physically run out of villains to serve. So one of their own steps into the role, a short-tempered minion named Dick, who can't stand James and Henry's constant goofing around. Tensions boil over until Ed straight up punches Dick, and the group spirals into chaos, briefly crowning a random criminal as their leader before realizing he's a fraud. They even try making the film director their boss, only to get fired all over again. In the end, Dick reclaims control, shuts down James and Henry's movie dream, and marches everyone toward their next real villain, finally getting to do what he was built for. Wild that a minion had to become the boss just to remember he wasn't meant to be one. Number 3. 5 things you need to know before watching Minions and Monsters. First, this isn't a Gru story at all. It's the 3rd prequel in the spin-off line and the 7th film overall in the Despicable Me universe, following a completely new tribe in a totally different time period. Second, the whole plot is basically a chaotic tribute to early Hollywood. Set in 1920, the Minions crash a silent film shoot and become instant celebrities, only for the invention of talking pictures to end their fame overnight, since nobody can understand a word of Minionese. Third, the story centers on 2 new Minion leads, James and Henry, who break off from the tribe to chase their dream of directing a monster movie, and end up stealing a spell book that accidentally summons real giant monsters into the middle of Los Angeles. Fourth, the voice cast is stacked. Pierre Coffin returns as the Minions, joined by newcomers voicing original characters, alongside major names filling out the world, plus a secret cameo from a legendary filmmaker. And fifth, early festival reactions have already praised the film's slapstick energy and 1920s visual style. Which one of these 5 are you most excited for? Number 4, how do Minions even have babies? Here's a question nobody across 7 movies has ever actually answered. Minions have existed for millions of years. There's no confirmed female minion anywhere in the lore, and in every single film, we've never once witnessed a new minion actually being born. Sure, Bob looks like the kid of the group, small, innocent, a little chaotic, but Bob has been around since the very beginning of Minion history, just like every other one of them. So, if nothing new is ever born, how does reproduction even function for this species? Maybe there's a specific cosmic event tied to their original creation, one that has to repeat itself for more Minions to exist. Or maybe they're not even from Earth, aliens who crash-landed here millions of years ago, and our planet simply doesn't have whatever conditions their species needs to multiply. And if Bob really is supposed to be their youngest member, why has he never aged a single day in millions of years? Let the theories fly in the comments. How do you think Minions actually make more Minions? Number 5. The monsters in this movie are based on real horror icons. Did you catch this? There are only 4 monsters at the center of Minions and Monsters: Goomy, Phillips, Howard, and Irene, and every single one of them is a disguised horror legend hiding in a kid's movie. Start with Irene, a massive, all-consuming blob covered head to toe in eyes, said to be the origin point of every Minion's different eye count. Sound familiar? That's essentially a direct pull from the classic creature feature, the Blob. Then there's Goomy, who looks harmless right up until you realize he's modeled after Cthulhu, the ancient cosmic being said to slumber beneath the ocean, waiting to wake and destroy everything in its path. And Howard and Phillips, together they form a kraken and a fish-like humanoid, both named directly after the author who created that entire mythos, Howard Phillips Lovecraft. A family movie sneaking actual cosmic horror legends into its cast list in plain sight. Did Did you notice before now? Number 6, there's actually a real logic behind Minionese. So what is Minionese really? Turns out it's not just random noise, it's a teachable, structured language. We know this because Gru speaks it fluently and even owns a dictionary for it. Here's the anchor clue. You can pick out real English words buried inside it, like banana. And that's not a coincidence. Since minions have existed since the dawn of time, they've spent thousands of years traveling the globe searching for the most evil master alive, picking up every language along the way. That means Minionese isn't one language at all. It's a blend of every language on Earth stitched together. English, Spanish, Italian, French, Russian, Chinese, all mixed into one because the minions never stuck around long enough to settle on just one tongue. Quick one before we keep going. Which theory so far has you rethinking the whole franchise? Drop it in the comments. Number 7. The mid-credit scenes are secretly connecting two timelines. Instead of teasing some flashy new villain for the next movie, the mid-credit scenes of Minions and Monsters quietly do something a lot smarter. They directly link this prequel timeline back to the events of the original Despicable Me films. The biggest reveal finally explains how Gru's dog Kyle became the strange, unsettling creature fans have always known him as, answering a mystery that's technically existed since the very first movie in the franchise and never got a real explanation until now. It's a small, almost throwaway moment on the surface, easy to miss if you get up during the credits, but it quietly reframes the entire franchise as one continuous timeline, where outrageous chaos and weird accidents always somehow find their way back to Gru's front door, even decades later. And honestly, that's the kind of detail that makes you want to rewatch the entire franchise from the very beginning, just to spot what else was hiding in plain sight. Did you catch the Kyle connection the very first time you watched it? Or did someone have to point it out to you afterward? Number 8. The minions are about to betray Gru. Have you noticed the blue gas canister showing up again and again? Because it might be foreshadowing something huge, the minions preparing to walk away from Gru completely. Here's the pattern. Minions have swapped masters since the beginning of time, only staying loyal to the most powerful villain available. From a T-Rex to vampires to Scarlet Overkill, loyalty has never been permanent for them. And Gru, he's retired from villainy, raised 4 daughters, and now works for an agency that hunts villains down. He doesn't fit their standard anymore. They've already staged one revolt before, going on strike, getting arrested, and only crawling back to Gru out of desperation. Now Despicable Me 4 introduces Poppy Prescott, Gru's new neighbor, a graduate of a villain academy with serious natural talent. If the minions ever needed a reason to jump ship again, she might be exactly it. Do you think they actually leave Gru for her? Number 9. Why Gru is the only master the minions never left. Out of 10 different masters throughout history, Gru is the one they never abandoned. They babysit his daughters, protect him in danger, and show him a level of loyalty no other villain ever earned. Here's the proof. One minion gets popcorn, and even starving gives Gru the very first bite, only eating for himself once Gru isn't watching. When a dog frightens Gru, that same minion yanks the dog's head away just to check if Gru's okay. Then there's the anchor moment. After receiving a toy plane from Gru during a hard moment, one minion treasures it so much he eventually builds a real one inspired by it, and even shapes mashed potatoes into Gru's face when he's away. Gru is also the only master who's ever bothered to learn every single one of their names and their language. Maybe that's the real answer. They didn't choose the most powerful master. They chose the one who actually cared. Number 10. Minions literally cannot die. Have you ever noticed minions never seem to need air, and somehow nothing ever actually kills them? First, no oxygen required. One minion drinks an anti-gravity serum, floats into outer space with 0 life support, and survives just fine, while a full-grown human villain needs an oxygen helmet just to function on Earth. Another trio gets dropped straight to the ocean floor and keeps goofing around like nothing happened. Second, they don't age. They've existed since single-celled organisms, lived through the age of dinosaurs, ancient empires, and the modern era, all without changing size or shape even once. Every master they've ever served, a T-Rex, Pharaohs, Napoleon, has died of old age, the minions serving them exactly the same as day one. Third, nothing physically destroys them. Explosions, crushing, extreme heat, getting flattened paper thin or twisted completely out of shape. They snap back to normal in seconds. So the real question is, has a minion ever actually died, or do they just temporarily disappear? And that's it? Which one of these secrets caught you off guard the most? The sign language, the betrayal theory, or the fact that they basically can't die? Let me know in the comments. If you want part 2, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed, because we're digging up even more minion secrets next time.